Tadotanapada putro Dardashantakamagatam Pratyomutni padam dattva Arurohat pudam graham. Tada, then Uttanapada, okay, of King Uttanapada, Putraha, son, Dadarsha, could see Antakam, death personified. Agatam approached him, Mrityuho, Mudni, on the head of death. Padam, feet, Tattva, pleasing. Aru Roha, got up. Adbhutam, wonderful. Graham, on the airplane, which resembled a big house. Translation: when Dhruva Maharaj was attending to get on the transcendental plane, he saw that personified approach him. Not caring for that, however, he took advantage of the opportunity to put his feet on the head of that, and thus he got up on the airplane, which was as big as a house. Please repeat. When Dhruva Maharaj was attempting to get on the transcendental plane, he saw that personified approach him. Not caring for that, however, he took advantage of the opportunity to put his feet on the head of death. And thus he got up on the airplane, which was as big as a house. Purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. To take the passing away of a devotee and the passing away of a non-devotee as one and the same is completely misleading. While ascending the transcendental airplane, Dhruva Maharaj suddenly saw death personified before him, but he was not afraid. Instead of death giving him trouble, Dhruva Maharaj took advantage of that presence and put his feet on the head of death. People with poor fund of knowledge do not know the difference between the death of a devotee and the death of a non-devotee. In this connection, an example can be given. A cat carries the kitten in his mouth and also catches a rat in his mouth. Superficially, the catching of the rat and the kitten appear to be one and the same, but actually they are not. When the cat catches the rat in his mouth, it means death for the rat, whereas when the cat catches the kitten enjoys it. When Dhruva Maharaj boarded the airplane, he took advantage of the arrival of death personified, who came to offer him obeisances. Putting his feet on the head of death, he got up on the unique airplane, which is described here to be as big as a house, Graham. There are many other similar instances of Bhagavata literature. It stated that when Kadama Muni created an airplane to carry his wife, Devahuti, all over the universe, the plane was like a big city, carrying many houses, lakes, gardens. Modern scientists have manufactured big airplanes, but they are packed with passengers who experience all sorts of discomfort while riding in them. Material scientists are not even perfect in manufacturing a material airplane. In order to compare to the plane used by Kadama or the plane sent from Vishnuloka, they must be manufactured an airplane equipped like a big city with all the comforts of life, lakes, garden, parks, etc. Your plane must be able to fly in outer space and hover and visit all other planets. If they invent such a plane, they will not have to make different space stations for fuel to travel into outer space. Such a plane would have unlimited supply of fuel, or like the plane from Vishnuloka could fly without it. Omagyanatimirandasya ginanam gina shalakaya chakshuran militam yena tasmai Sri Guruve namaha Sri Chaitanya manobhishtam satvitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Didati Swadandikam Vadeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guram Vaishnavam Srirupam Sakajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajim Shadvitam Shavadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Shyam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavanu Chita Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubevacha Chitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Nirvishesa Sujjavari Paschatya Desatarinen Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So continue reading the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, that he now is going off the plane. He is going to leave for the spiritual world. So he is boarding the plane after paying obeisances to the plane and to the two associates who came to pick him up, and also to all the sadhus and the sages who were in Badrik Ashram. So he is getting off the plane, and here a very important point is that he put his leg on death and he climbed the plane. Normally everyone is frightened of death. Yes? It says here how death is very terrifying. Death is not at all pleasing. And since everyone is exactly like a condemned man, been led to a place of execution, what possible happiness can people derive from material objects or the gratification they provide? So you see here, a person, death is not at all pleasing. That is also in the Bhagavad Gita. It is also says, Krishna says, what is that word? Mrityu Sarvaharas Chaham. 10, 30. Krishna also said in the Gita, not yet. 10:32. Not there. 10. What? Hmm? 34. 10:34. So here you see Mrityuho Sarva Haraschaham. Udbhavascha Bhavishyantam Kitihi srikvaksanarinam smiti meda diti kshama. I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness and patience. So you see how death, nobody can escape death. In fact, it says that the problems in the material realm is, I think it's 13.1, 8. See here, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. So these are the problems of material world, birth and death. Birth and death. Death is not very nice, very painful. Understand? As I say this now, death is at all not pleasing. You follow? And not only that, nobody can escape death. Nobody. The terrible fear of birth and death can never be forsaken by anyone who resorts to any shelter other than myself. See that? You cannot escape birth and not possible. Who resort to any shelter other than myself. For I am the Almighty, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original source of all creation, and also the Supreme Soul of all souls. You follow? Nobody can escape. Who to save? Nobody. Nobody means even who? What? Brahma also cannot escape. Yes, in the Bhagavad Gita. You say here, Abrahma Bhuvanaloka Puna Avartino Juna Mamopeti tu Kaunteya Puna Janma Vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery within repeated birth and death take place. But for one who attained to Maya Boro, son of Kunti, never takes birth again. You see how everybody is tormented, even Lord Brahma, even who? See here. In the planetary system from the heaven to the hellish, and for all the great demigods who live for 1000 yuga cycles, there is fear of me in my form of time. Even Brahma, who possessed the supreme lifespan of 311 trillion 40 billion years, is also afraid of me. You understand this point? Nobody can escape this cycle of birth and death. If we try to, what? Any other means than who? But the devotees, they are in different categories. Death, although is very painful and it is very terrifying, but for the devotee, they are not fearful. Because they have taken shelter of Krishna. Yes? Apanam samsritim goram yanama vivasu krinan tataha satyo vimuchyeta yadhibayati swayam bayam. See that? Living entities who are entangled in the complicated match of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified. So the devotees are different categories. The devotees have taken shelter of Krishna, so they are not frightened of death at all. You follow, like here, he stepped on the head of death. And you see, again, here in this verse, the devotees who worship you as the shelter of all beings disregard death and place their feet on his head. And today he is placing the feet on where? Huh? On the head of death. You follow? But with the words of Veda, you bind the non-devotees like animals, though they be vastly learned scholars. These your affectionate devotees who can purify themselves and others, not those who are inimical to you. Understand? So the devotees, they can escape that. There's another word. He says, by the rising and setting of the sun, everybody is, what is that word? What? Who? Yes. Both by the rising and setting, the sun decrease the duration of life of everyone, except for one who utilizes the time by discussing the topics of the all-good personality of God. The devotee position is different. In fact, Krishna also said that. Krishna also said the same thing in the, here. Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I shall describe to you the principles of devotion to me by executing which a mortal human being will conquer unconquerable death. Are you understanding? So only by devotional service you can conquer what? Death. You understand this point? It is also again confirmed in another place. Krishna says again here, no, this is Kapila is saying. Thus the devotees who worship me, the all-pervading Lord of the universe, in unflinching devotional service, gives up all aspiration to be promoted to heavenly planets or to become happy in this world with wife, children, cattle, home, or anything, wealth, in relationship with the body. I take him to the other side of birth and death. You understand this point? So for one who has taken shelter of Krishna, Krishna takes him to the other side of birth and death. So this material world is what? Is a place of death at every moment. This is not a very nice place. This place is very dangerous. This place is a very dangerous place here. My dear king, in the material world, the conditioned soul are confronted by death at every step of life. Those who among the conditioned soul could not render service lotus to the Lord Mukunda, who is worshipable even for the greatest of the follow this point? So our place is padam, padam, vipadam na station. Stamp. Every you follow. Huh? Very dangerous place here. Any moment you can die. Any moment things can go haywire, topsy-turvy. This is the material world. This is the material world. You know. But if we take up the process of chanting, it's so powerful. It is explained here. You see here how this devotional service is so powerful. Terrified, about to die, a man collapses on his bed. Although his voice is faltering and is hardly conscious of what he is saying, if he utters the holy name of the Supreme Lord, he can be free from the reaction of multiverse and achieve the supreme destination. But still, people in the age of Kali will not worship the Supreme Lord. See that? At the time of death, if you just say the name of Krishna, but they will not do. They will not do. Again, you see another important point here in this verse. All the sages said, dear Dhruva, O son of King Uttanappa, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead known as Sharangadhanga, who relieves the distress of his devotees, kill all your threatening enemies. The holy name of the Lord is as powerful as the Lord himself. Therefore, simply by chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, many men can be fully protected from the fierce death without difficulty. Thus the devotee is saved. See that? Simply by what? Chanting the. So you can understand from this that there is no way out from the cycle of birth and death by any other means. In fact, Kunti Devi also said, by seeing your lotus feet, what is that word? 1:8. One who sees your lotus feet will overcome the cycle of birth. 1:8. 36. O Krishna, those who continuously hear and chant and repeat your transcendental activities or take pleasure in others doing so, certainly see your lotus feet, which alone can stop the repetition of birth and So this program that we are doing, chanting Krishna's name, is very, very powerful. Very powerful. That if we take up the process seriously, that means we are putting a stop to the cycle of. Krishna also said, Janma karma cha miti vyam evam yoveti tatvataha yatvadeham punarjanma nahi te mameti sodhuna. You follow? One who knows about Krishna's activities and pastimes does not again come back to the material world. course, the famous verse in the Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says, Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati satmat bhavam yati nastyatra samsayah. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body remembering me alone at once retains my nature of this, there is no doubt. See that? Huh? If we can remember Krishna, chanting, then we will conquer. Cycle of birth. See how powerful this process is. This Krishna conscious program, it is, what is that? Sure success. It's a what they say in modern terms, win-win situation. You understand? It is a win-win. If you chant Krishna's name, then there is absolute guarantee. That's why Krishna says, Krishna also says that. Huh? Krishna also said, Sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja am tvam sarve papebhyo mokshasyami ma shucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions of not true. You understand this? So for the devotee, going home back to Godhead is guaranteed. That means stepping over the head of death. In fact, the devotees are not frightened about it. They are not frightened. You know, you can see in the case of who? King Kulasekara. He's praying, Krishna tvadiya pada pankaja pada pancharantam tvadiya manasa raja hamsa prana prayana same kapapata vittai kandhana kroda kutaste. Where's the verse? I want to die now. Where non-devotees are saying, no, don't talk about death. Why you have to talk about inauspicious things, death? But devotees, they are talking about what? I want to die now. You see the difference? So this is how it is. The devotees are not frightened. 119, what? Parikshit Maharaj, 119. You know? O Brahmanas, just accept me as a completely surrendered soul. Let Mother Ganges, the representative of the Lord, also accept me in that way. For I have already taken the lotus feet of the Lord into my heart. Let the snake bird or whatever magical thing the Brahmana creates bite me at once. I only desire that you all continue singing the deeds of Lord Vishnu. See how? He's not frightened. He is not frightened to die. See? So devotees are in different categories. They are waiting to die. Whereas non-devotees, they are what? Like the kitten and the rat. fearing. Whereas devotees, they are prepared. Let it come. Have taken shelter of Krishna, let whatever come. So that confidence can only come when we seriously practice our spiritual life. And when we don't practice our spiritual life seriously, then fear will be overtaking us. And fear. Whereas if you become a serious devotee, then you overcome fear. They are not bothered. That's why he says the devotee, either they go to heaven or go to hell. They don't care. They don't care. Right? What's that word? What? 6:17. Narayana paraha sarve nakutashna bhibhayati swarga pavarga narakeswa abhitulyat dashinaha. Devotees solely engage in devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, heavenly planet, liberation, and the hellish planet are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord. So there is no fear where you want to sing. Right? Devotees are not bothered. And they are not frightened also. Because they have taken shelter of Krishna completely. You follow this point? In fact, there's one more verse. I'll show you. Very important verse. It is in the 5th canto, 19th chapter. You can see here in this verse, very nice verse here, you see. Materialists are generally very attached to their present bodily comfort and to the bodily comfort they expect in the future. Therefore, they are always absorbed in thoughts of their wives, children, and wealth, and are afraid of giving up their bodies, which are full of stool and urine. If a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, however, is also afraid of giving up his body, what's the use of his having labor to study the Shastra? It is simply a waste of time. You understand? Are you following? Are you following or not following? If the devotee, at the time of death, he also becomes frightened, that means what's the use of his practicing Krishna consciousness? What's the use? You understand this? He is also what? Wasting his time. You see this again, very nicely. If a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, however, is also afraid of giving up his body, what's the use of having labored to study the Shastra? It's simply a waste of time. So devotee cannot come to this platform. You understand this? This is the difference. The moment you come to Krishna consciousness, then, they don't feel frightened, they don't feel, they become very confident, that Krishna will protect them. Krishna will save them. This is another verse here. See this verse. Because I am so fallen, I should never get a chance to see the Supreme Personality of God. This was my false apprehension. Rather, by chance, the person as fallen as I am may get to see the Supreme Personality of God. Although one has been carried away by the waves of the river of time, one may eventually reach the shore. Understand this? Huh? The conditioned souls are wandering throughout the different planets of the universe, entering various species of life. By good fortune, one of these souls may somehow or other be delivered from the ocean of Nissan, just as one of the many big logs in the flowing river may by chance reach the bank. There are so many logs you see floating, but waves will somehow or other. So devotees have got that hope, I think we quoted this before. Oh my Lord, I do not have any love for you, nor am I qualified for discharging devotional service by chanting and hearing. Nor do I possess the mystic power of Vaishnava, knowledge of pious activities. Nor do I belong to a very high caste family. On the whole, I do not possess anything. Still, O beloved of the gopis, because you bestow your mercy on the most fallen, I have unbreakable hope that is constantly in my heart. That hope is always giving me pain. You understand this? And what is that hope? Krishna will deliver me. Understand? Huh? You understand this? And Krishna is also very kind. Krishna is, you see, how Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Purushottam, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even if his servant is implicated in great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are his great qualities. Hmm? Understand these points. In this process of devotional service, even you run with your eyes closed, you cannot trip and fall. What is that? 11? Huh? 35. See this? It is so. Let's read the Sanskrit. Na astaya naro rajan na pramatyeta karhichit davan nimilayan va netre. Netre means eyes. Na shaklena na patetyaha. O king, one who accepts the process of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead will never blunder on his path in this world. Even while running with the eyes closed, he will never trip or fall. How this process? Huh? Going back home, back to Godhead is assured. But whether you want to do it or not. That's all. In fact, there's another verse. Even by sneezing, if you say the name of Krishna. What is that? 12? 12, 12. 12, 12 what? Huh? You can check 12, 12 something. Even by sneezing, by, huh? 12, 12, 47. Even if when falling, sleeping, feeling pain or sneezing, one involuntarily cries out in loud voice, obeisance to Lord Hari, one will be automatically free from all his influence. Huh? Patita shaklita chartaha chutva va vivasva ghanan Arehe nama iti uchai muchyate sarva patakat. Is that? Muchyate sarva patakat. Arehe nama iti uchai. Speaking. Uchai means what? So you see how powerful this program is. This chanting Krishna's name, we may think it is very light. But actually it is a most potent program. If you chant, then automatically you become fearless. You can conquer the cycle of birth and death. You must have that faith. That's why Krishna says, Asradana Purusha. Those who know faith, again must go back to the cycle of birth and death. And the faith must be there. Faith can only come, we associate with the devotees. Okay? That's why devotee association is very important. Huh? Very, very important. One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop loving friendship and they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering. This process is so powerful, very, very powerful. Devotional service can conquer the cycle of birth and death. No other process can make you very happy except this process. Alright, we're going to stop here. Any questions or comments on this point, or you have any other verse that I forgot? For one who has taken birth, that is. And for one who has died, birth is also. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, correct? So we should learn how to conquer. What? This Jara Moksha hai? 7? No, 7? Or 8? Huh? Not 8:28. Huh? 7:28. Huh? No, not 7:28. Jara, no, 9. 9:28, is it? 9:29. Huh? What? 7:29. Here, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mam Asritya Yatanti He Te Brahma Tad Vidu Krishnam Adhyatma Karma Chajilam. Intelligent person who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death, take refuge in me in devotional service. Intelligent person. Fools will not. Fools what? What is the foolish position? You see the fool? The foolish position is explained here. This is the fool. Vimuda nanu pashyanti. A fool cannot see. Vimuda nanu pashyanti. He cannot see. What he can see? Pashyanti jnana chakshusha. What is that? The foolish cannot understand how living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of Mother Nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. Understand? This is the fool. The fool will not know. You understand this point? Huh? The fool cannot understand. See, again another point. The endeavoring transcendentalist who is situated in self-realization can see this clearly. But those whose mind are not developed and who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, although they may try. Cannot. Naham prakasha sarvasha yoga maya samam. You cannot see. That's why there's a verse, you chant, what is that? Rajan. What is that? Huh? Shrodravadini Rajendra. What is that? Huh? 2, 1, 2. See, Shrodravadini Rajendra Narnam Santi Shahashvasaha Apashyantam Atmatattvam Grahasu Grahamedinam. Those persons who are materially engrossed and blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth may have many subject matters for hearing in society. O Emperor, blind to the absolute truth. They cannot understand. Pashyanti is seeing, but they still cannot see. You understand? And where they are putting their faith? They are putting their faith on these things. This is where they put their faith. What is that? Dehapatra. The next verse. Dehapatya kalatradishu atma sanesa asatsvapi tesham pramato nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. See and then cannot see. See that? What is that? Person devoid of Atma Tava do not inquire into the problems of life. Been too attached to fallible soldiers like body, children and wife. Although sufficiently experienced, they still do not see the inevitable destruction. They cannot see. They cannot see the inevitable destruction. You follow this point? Falsely. They are tied up in a cocoon. You know, they are what? They are engrossed in a cocoon. 6150, I think. 6150 or 55. They are in the cocoon. Cocoon, you know that silkworm? It puts inside the cocoon, right? A weep inside. They cannot come out, cannot see. Everything's stuck. Simply going through the cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Mrityu samsara, what meaning? So, any questions? Comments? I think we covered quite at length about that. Yeah? Yes? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also said, I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 6, 7. Alright, so I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. Any question? Anybody has any questions from the audience? No, no questions. Anybody asking questions? No question. No. All right. Thank you very much. We'll stop here.